Hey, we are. Yes, we're live streaming again. Oh, I've got the microphone on. I don't need to be shouting. I hope the microphone is okay. I have a different microphone now. Ouch. I just connected it to my skin. I've got a bit of a funny setup here. I've got a microphone plugged into the phone. I've got a charger plugged up. Yeah, I have a charger plugged into the phone. A power bank, which is at 42%. I need the toilet. I've got no viewers yet. I know I will have. We had up to 27, I think, before, which was nice. We're just calling it as it is. Telling you how it is. I hope it was enlightening as much as it was for me with the interview with the tomboy lover, namely BeeCheese. Welcome back, AK. You were first off the bat, out the traps. Right, I just need to find another charger for the other phone. Do I need it? I'm getting messages from the other side of Thailand right now. We're live. We are at a weird tree in Jomtien stroke Fratamnak. It's sort of like a jungle area on the beach. I'm getting messages on my line. It's nearly 3 a.m. What the hell am I doing still up? I need a wee-wee. I might have to take you down to the beach and take care in the sea. Maybe we'll have to do a wee stream, and I don't mean a little live stream by that either. Right, I'm going to lift you up and take you to... it's going to be a bit wobbly. I apologise. This is the stream where you've literally got my back because you're looking behind me. And I'm going to take you into the darkness of the jungle on the beach. We're going on an adventure together. This is an area of the beach where they're reclaiming from the sea they're extending the beach essentially. There are people here having a bit of a beach party. And you can go around and you can see them taking care, having something to eat, having something to drink. Polycarp. Maybe we can find a little spot to relieve ourselves. I'm busting. I apologise for the view. Where I'm at right now is like the jungle part of the beach. I hope you can't hear that, but there appears to be a waterfall in this area, and I'm sponsoring it. I can't see the chat now, I apologise. I have other things to focus on right now, and I think we should go and have a wander down to the shore. In fact, let me take you into where they're reclaiming. Look at this, look, behind the scenes. The beach has already doubled in size. You can't see the mechanics, the machinery, the heavy machinery here, a little bit. Okay, welcome back. Neville, McCormack, welcome back. Where's Mo? Who's Mo? I don't know who Mo is. Big Papa, welcome back. Oh. Let's just sit you down here on this step. Let's take some weight out of the backpack. I've got you on the backpack. Got a couple of people wandering around here. I'm not sure what their motives are. How's Big Papa? It's good to see you back, man. I appreciate it. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I was thinking, what do I name the stream? So I'm thinking, maybe share some knowledge. Share some knowledge for free. I think knowledge sharing is good because it comes back tenfold. The plan. No plan tonight. The plan is to live stream until I see fit to cancel it. That is the only plan. Maybe the title of the stream and or description can give a clue as to what the plan might be. We're not going soy dogging, okay. Oh my God, Frank, $1 million question. If you can hear a spray, I just covered myself in that. It's not my favourite, I must say. This is not my favourite, but they had an offer on 2 bottles for 75 baht. The mosquitoes out here love me. They have a buffet and they invite all their friends. They do. Haverleg is now snoozing. I bet you do, Frank, right? Why not? Oh, right, I'm looking for a bottle opener. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I'm going to have a couple of cheeky ones, if I can find the bottle opener. I have lots and lots of anti-mosquito spray for some reason. I found it. I found the bottle opener. Yeehaw! It's a party. Are we making it a party? If you guys want a beer with me, let me know. I know where I can get one. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, who's Mo? We can go walk if you want. Who wants to go walk along the beach? Or are we sitting here chatting, looking at the jungle? It's full moon here, by the way, at the moment. Don't know if anyone else is experiencing that. Yeah, big popper, right? See, Chiri was in training. She was going on, she was like, as if it was, she'd already won. Haverleg, fair play to him for sponsoring and suggesting a badminton match. What a scream. He did that from ASQ a couple of weeks back. No restaurants are open, Frank. I think they're open to 11 or 12 at night. Neville McCormick, welcome to the channel. I was at last night, the full moon. I'm looking up at it, it's quite small. It's looking full moon tonight, but it is so small, it's looking still full moon here. What the issue is, oh, excuse me, I'm near a road called Pratamnak, Soy number, I think it's number 4. As you come down to Soy 4 and turn left, it's Paradise Beach. And it's very quaint. And this is where they're extending the beach. They're making it more deep. They're reclaiming more of the sand from the sea and creating a wider beach. And I must say, they're doing a good job of it. I say that because you can obviously get more customers on the beach and sell more services. It's a lovely area down here. It's very relaxed and sabai. Is it 3 a.m? So it is, yeah, it's 1 minute past 3 a.m. JG is asking, TT, what kind of visa do you have to live in Thai? What kind of visa do you have to live? What kind of visa? I think the question you're asking is what kind of visa could you have to live in Thailand? There are many. I would recommend you coming here on a tourist visa to start with, and then hooking me up to speak to an agent or three here that can help you with that, because it changes month by month. Yeah, there are a number of options available to you potentially. It depends on a lot of factors as well: your age, your income, your intention, many different things. The best way of establishing what is best for you is to come here. Don't think that you can do all the research and establish what's best for you until you get here, to be honest. If you're financially in a position to get the ultimate visa that you feel you need to buy, then maybe you can do it from your own home country, but we don't discuss politics, visa, immigration, other people's channels, etc., etc. on this channel. We keep it TT because everything changes and everybody's got their own opinion about it. So topics and discussion and comments on that type of thing tends to not be accommodated here. Hey Mr. Mitch, welcome back. Thank you for coming back as well. Oh, appreciate that. And Big Papa. No, you don't need to be sorry, JG. No, Frank, it's not off limits. It's just a crazy subject, right? I can tell you what it's like now and it can change tomorrow, so there's no point in discussing it. I've always said go to the source. So if you want the official requirements, go to the source, which is your Thai consulate in your own country. Simple as that. End of discussion. Or if you want to learn more about what it is you can do with regards to your requirements, then come to Thailand and I'll be happy to help you be put in contact with those people and official establishments that will help you to support your needs. It's the best way. It's the best advice I can give on visas. But please don't feel you need to be sorry. I have to reconfirm what the channel's all about. Too many people in the past on their own channels have tried to help with regards to that. And I thought it was all whilst they're very good at trying to help, as they said themselves, they're no longer going to help on those subjects because it changes so frequently. And then you're held to account as to the advice that you've given, even though it's not advice, it's just their opinion really, as they so said themselves. But, you know, if something goes wrong and then people want to witch hunt, so. But yeah, that's the best thing to do. Get the longest tourist visa you can before you leave your country. Get here, hook up with people that are living here on different visas and speak to them about who has helped them achieve that in order to stay long term. Hey Bally Broody Bye, welcome back. Baron Badger, welcome back. The world's too uncertain to retire now to Asia now, mate. I'm not sure what that means, or who you are addressing that to. Maybe Baron Badger can define what retirement means to him. Some people retire. One example is some people retire or feel they've retired on the basis that they've sacked their boss and they never work for somebody else's business ever again. A lot of people feel that's retirement. Some people feel retirement is they are collecting from their government that they worked for so long, contributing to them, essentially giving them a loan, because they're giving it back to you until you die or your circumstances change to that which you are no longer eligible for receiving any money back from said government because you no longer meet their requirements or criteria that they first set out, that you were obligated to adhere to, for want of a better phrase. Blah blah. See how it can be getting quite complicated, and that goes a long way and addresses the title of the video as well, I guess, in respect of businesses, respective businesses in the country that one has those businesses and or resides in, because of course you don't have to own a business where you live. You can own a business in many countries around the world. I think how many countries are there in the world at the moment? Is it about 236, 224, something like that? You're welcome, Bally Broody boy. Baron Badger, yeah, COVID and the current restrictions, right. Yeah, it's subjective though, Baron Badger, right? It doesn't matter, as I said, the definition of one's retirement can be different from one person to the next, and their financial circumstances might dictate their retirement could be in any country in the world. So, you know, I guess I practiced that to a degree in 1997 when I went backpacking and experienced life in a few countries. As I had 11 flights for £1,100, and those flights were flexible enough that I could keep on calling up the airline to reschedule the flights to another date. It was a friggin' awesome deal. I think I got it from Trail Finders or SDA Travel in Manchester at the time. I can't remember now. Those sort of deals I think are still out there as well right now. I don't know how much they are, but there are many options. Right, Bally Broody boy. Yeah, no, it's not a maybe, it's for sure. A lot of people have the same circumstances, so. But Baron Badger is also correct in what he's saying there is one has to be cautious based on one's circumstances, right? And some people don't really understand how to take or understand what all of the circumstances that need to be taken into account to make a healthy and what's the word I'm looking for? Logical, logistical, sane decision on what they should be doing. Daniel Kelly, welcome back. Hey TT, go back to school. Laugh out loud. It's true, you know, I'm an advocate of keep on learning, and every day I wake up knowing that I will be learning something new today. It could be something from you guys, it could be learning something from Thai people, Thai culture, online marketing, online earnings, many different things. Up to me, right? But yeah, I think school ends when you die. Well, for me anyway, because I love to learn. And the great thing about learning something is you have the opportunity to share what you have learned with somebody else. But my target audience, I would say, if I were to target somebody, would be for those that want, need, and or would benefit from learning from me with what from learning from me with what it is I have to offer. Yeah. And there are those that sure will take advantage of that and learn as much from me as possible, and then say, okay, thank you very much, and dispense with your services and or knowledge, and go off and feel that maybe they can do what it is they want with it and feel successful and or satisfied with what they've gleaned from you. But if they were more of maybe open-minded to what it is you have to offer and understand there is much more to it, then they might still be around and connected with you. But there are those that, you know, feel that they have enoughness, which I feel a little sorrow for, because it's a great shame that there are those that are out there that want as much as possible, or much as, not much as possible, much as they feel they can get from one, whoever it is, and I'm not just talking about me, in order to fulfill their aspirations and or target or goals, and then dispense with you and not keep in touch with you, and get on with it, and then you see them doing well to a degree, and then they come to a point at which they are hitting a bit of a roadblock and or hurdles, or what's the thing I'm looking for, the phrase I'm looking for. Anyway, they feel appeased, maybe that's not the right phrase, but I think you get what I'm saying here, and you step back and you maybe monitor it out of interest and see how they're doing, and it's like, okay, well, this is wrong, that's wrong, they could be doing this better, I've told them this before, they're not doing that, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's actually costing them more through not keeping in contact with you and or having any support, be it paid or free of charge, you know. And I've always said, I'm happy to help you. I'm not, you know, looking for any money, but if I can help somebody grow and be better at what they're doing, yeah, I'm happy to do that. But it's very fulfilling to me because I can see that I've done it so many times before in so many different industries, to the point of being looked upon as quite selfless, and then suspicion arises from that, because, you know, who does that? So yeah, so be it. But it's cool. As long as we wake up smiling every day, and if we're not, we can just smile at a stranger. They will smile back. It's contagious. It's good. Oh, I'm ignoring the chat. Bear with me. We've got people walking past, listening in. Yeah, Big Papa Trail Finders is one, yeah. Daniel Kelly is asking, do I plan on staying here for the foreseeable future? I've said to a few people before, my next trip to Thailand will be one that I will not want to leave Thailand again. Maybe I've said that in a little bit in jest, but I did fall in love with Thailand back in 1997, and I said from that point forward I would always love to live here. So I lived here for 6 months in 97. I've visited numerous times since 1997, which only solidified yet further my aspirations of maybe living here one day. I could see what was happening in the world in terms of pandemic stroke virus. I've read extensively about Ebola. If anybody wants to know more about Ebola and a virus, it was called, I think, Ebola Zaire before. It was first discovered in Zaire in Africa. Anyway, I studied that considerably. RT News asked me to be interviewed for Ebola, given my extensive research on it. RT News, unfortunately, one of the big bosses of Shell company died in a helicopter accident, and my interview with RT News was cancelled. But I was happy to do that and share my knowledge on it in light of what I could see was coming. So I made plans to come here anyway as on holiday, and I'd already told people every time I next came to Thailand, I wouldn't want to leave. And given I practice and study the law of attraction, I tend to find what it is I want. It tends to happen at some point. So I'm happy with that. I don't ask for a lot, and it tends to happen. And I'm currently training up to people in Thailand of Thai nationality as well with regards to the law of attraction, and things are happening for them very well indeed. So yeah, things are great just through, you know, hearing about other people's growth, aspirations and realizations and dreams coming true. It's good. It's very fulfilling on a personal level. So yeah, that's my business. We should take maybe a walk down to the beach a bit more in a bit. I can see the chat flickering away. I'm not paying attention to it. Bear with me, I digress. Oh my goodness, I apologise. Let's have a quick scan through the texts, through the chat. Bali Broody Boy says, thank you, you're welcome. But he also says, what works for one person might not work for the next, maybe. And that's true. It's also maybe, and you're correct what you're saying. Baron Badger says, TT, I moved out to Asia in 2013 and worked for a large UK-based business. When the contract ended, I stayed out there. But within a few years, the money was running out. I came back to the UK. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I think you probably was as well. Daniel Kelly says, hey TT, go back to school. We've addressed that. Thank you for that. Trail finders, do you plan? Yeah, Daniel Kelly, I think so. Daniel Kelly says that's a good word, enoughness. Yeah, one of my mentors said that, and she paused it, I think, to about 150 people. She was public speaking and training in the room at the time, and she says, here's a question for you guys. When do you know that you have enoughness? A lot of people don't ask themselves that because they target what the media or people that they maybe follow, like celebrities or gurus or people with a lot of money maybe, and they just keep pursuing that. And enoughness could mean, and it doesn't necessarily mean a monetary value, it can just mean I've had enough. And it's like, okay, enough of what? It could be enough of life, it could be I'm at a point where I've achieved everything I want to achieve and I have no more aspirations to grow or to learn or to achieve anything else. I have enoughness. I've achieved everything I want to do in life and now I want to chillax. I just want to chillax. So it's like, okay, well, what does mean chillax? Is it lying on a beach? Is it getting fit? You know, because obviously if you have aspirations of achieving something, then you haven't got enoughness because you're still pursuing something that you want to achieve. It may be helping others continually until you drop off this earth and pass away. So you never have enoughness, or it could mean a lot of the time, of course, enoughness is of monetary value, and it's like, I need £4,000 every month. Passive income meaning you don't have to work for it. It's coming in automatically from your assets and or investments, and that might be your enoughness. So one really has to define what enoughness means before one can say has achieved it and or is targeting it, right? Which is very important, and for many people, and or I think it should be for every person that wants to take more control of their life, so they're not so reliant on maybe others, i.e. the government and or news, to steer them as to what they should or shouldn't be doing. I'm just looking back through the chat, bear with me. Mr. Mitz is quite right as well. Plateau. Yeah, many people plateau. I've plateaued a few times through feeling I have enoughness. You know, I can talk about enoughness for hours on end. And, you know, some people, as I've done before, have this aspiration and or goal of just wanting to realize that they can do it and can do anything in life, and anything they visualize. You know, I think let's go back to my logo and or slogan, which is whatever the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. And you know, my Buddha says in my slogan, everything starts with a thought. And it's so true. So you can come up with something that you want to achieve and or accomplish, excel yourself in something and do it, and you can just get a little taste of that. And I've done this, I don't know, half a dozen times at least. I've got to the point where, hell yeah. And you realise you can do anything and everything that you put your mind to it, and then just drop it in various ways. And I've done that. And I think if there was somebody to ask me what is my biggest failure in life, that could be it. It might be the realisation I can and have done, achieved anything I wanted to in life, and then just dropped it and not gone any further with it, which can of course impact others, myself included. But you know you've been there and done it and then just dropped it, because your whole purpose subconsciously might have been just to realise that you can do it, have done it, and then just forget it. Maybe that's a good thing, or maybe it's a bad thing, maybe it depends on the person. But that's definitely happened with me, and I say to others, you know, whatever the mind can conceive, the body can achieve, and it's so true. It's all down to how much you want it, when you want it by, as to when you will achieve it, but you can do it. You know, I'm not here to preach and motivate people. I'm just sharing with you what works for me, and I know that works for others through sharing it. And yeah, it's very powerful. But you mustn't leave any room for doubt. Anyway, I'm not giving any education here unless you really want it. But yeah, and have fun doing it. It's absolutely crazy what one can achieve, but you can't leave any. And on your journey of achievement, whatever it may be, it might be just, I need to cross the road without any anxiety attack. Something as simple as that, which some people have, like going out because they're scared to go outside, and achieving that and crossing the road and coming back because they finally crossed the road. You know, I've trained people in industries, and they've been attracted to me because of the way I teach. But I've trained people, bizarrely, that have overcome life-threatening diseases through their mindset. It's just amazing what they've achieved, and I've been very privileged. You know, doctors coming to me for help in a different industry because of their mindset and overcoming, you know, like I forget the lady's name now, a doctor in Northwest England that overcame her inability to even move in bed. She was paralyzed. She could only move her eyes. But she educated herself and fought through this growth on her spinal cord that was paralyzing her to overcome it. And one day she was able to move one part of her finger. Then one day she was able to move the whole finger. Eventually she was able to move, and she was so rejoicing with family, she could move all of her fingers on one hand. To the point one day she was able to lift her arm off the bed. And she went through exercises to do that with her mindset. And eventually she was able to regain the strength to get off the bed, just to sit up and then rest for a week in order to do it again, and then take her first step. It was amazing. But, you know, some people would tell her, oh, you might as well give up, you'll never walk again, you'll never be able to breathe at some point in 6 months' time. It's amazing what people can do. You know, I've seen organs on live X-ray repair themselves through the power of mindset. It's amazing what the mind can achieve, because the mind very much controls a lot of your organs and body. There are people in the world that will say, oh, certain parts of your body cannot be repaired, and it's bullshit. I've seen it firsthand, where people have repaired parts of their body because they believed that they could do that. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too deep and I'm losing the chat. I apologise. So I'm just scanning through the chat now. Yeah, Baron Badger, some people won't be told. Some people, yeah, it doesn't matter. Some people don't want to understand or want help. There's too many factors out there that want you to believe something else than what you could believe yourself that could help you. It's a great shame, but of course it's all about control. This is why some countries take over other countries, because the power of the resources that they have in that country gives them one-upmanship on everybody else, so they might invade that country for it. And it's still happening now. Bar Girls Lives Matter filled me in today. It's not something I'm really interested in at all, but he felt the need to tell me about it. And I was like, yeah, I already know that that's what they do. And it's like, oh my God, yeah, there's another country that might be blighted. Okay, sorry, I'm going to go back through the chat and start reading some comments. I apologise. Hey Jerry, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I didn't see your comment. I do digress and start talking a lot. It's one of those nights Bally boy. Yeah, we can learn so much from each other, correct? We have to make an informed decision though, right, before acting. Right, Roger Rabbit, you have the option. Ricky, welcome to the channel. I don't think we've met before, so thank you for coming. By all means subscribe if you like the content. In fact, if you don't like the content, go and look at some other content that I have. It's so varied. There'll be something on there that you like maybe. Onwards and upwards, Big Papa. Mr. Positive, thank you so much. Sorry to hear that, Buster, about your friend. Oh, I need to charge up the battery. Babnan. I have more power banks here. Oh yeah, this power bank is dead. Right. I'm just going to get out another power bank. This one's dead. Oh, I found another bottle of beer. What's that doing in there? Yes, I think I've got another one or two power banks. We're good to go. Okay, so let me just rewind the chat. It's good to talk to you guys on these subjects. I appreciate your intellect on it. If you've put a question in the chat and I've missed it, feel free to paste it as many times as you like without spamming into the chat, and then I will capture it. Just checking through the chat still, bear with me, there's so much. I appreciate you commenting, guys, and putting statements, comments, questions to me and others. It's cool. Buster says a friend of me who lives in Rayon got a stroke last week. He was too old. Too old for insurance and cost him 2.1 million baht for surgery. Fly him back to Scandinavia, Thailand. It is great. Joe Ford says, welcome Joe Ford again. The subject certainly evokes thought, like how much is enough, for example. I think it's important to self-analyze your life, like where we are, what we want, and where we're going. Yeah, Joe, I couldn't put it more succinct myself. Oh, you can hear the sound of the waves, Palibri. I was wondering that. You know, as you said that, I was hearing it. Jerry says, it's all about your dreams you want to in life. Right? For sure. Yeah, I guess it is. Because your dreams can become reality, but people say, oh yeah, the cost of dreams and blah, blah, blah. It's only a dream. It doesn't have to be a freaking dream. How many people make a comment, TT, you're living the dream. It's like, whose dream's that? It's something I wanted and I get it. And you two also can do that. Let me show you how. But as soon as you create a doubt as to how, when, etc., it's not going to happen, or it will take longer. You know, if you came here and you knew me better, maybe what I'm going through and doing is not so much a dream. Maybe you're just, because I'm in Thailand, I'm in Pattaya, and I am meeting lovely people, that is your dream, then that's fine, for sure, yeah, it's a dream. And that can happen, for sure. Sometimes a dream for people is, I want to live in that 5,000 baht a day, 3-bedroom, 2-story condo, penthouse looking over the sea. You know, I've looked at condos here that are absolutely stunning. They are number one. I think it's the best penthouse here is in the Amari building. Don't quote me, but it's 79 now I might get this wrong, 79 million baht? No, it can't be, surely it cannot be 79 million baht. Anyway, I've already worked out how can I get that without using my own money. That being, use your assets to pay for it, so you don't have to. That's another story. Roger Rabbit, he must be my accountant because he knows something that I don't. Cheers, Roger Rabbit. I got mosquitoes buzzing my ear. I just heard that. Did anyone else hear that? But Joe Ford made a nice comment there. The subject certainly evokes thought, like how much is enough, for example. Indeed, enoughness is very subjective and down to the withholder of that thought. It's different for everybody, right down to, as I say before, it doesn't, people automatically assume it's of monetary value, and of course, if it isn't of monetary value, or let's say it's a subject and or materialistic item, product, service, it has some intrinsic, is that the word, intrinsic? I'm not sure. Value attached to it, because there's value attached to everything, right? Even to picking up these leaves here, there's a value to that. So yeah, what is it? What is enoughness? You know, I spoke to somebody the other day. I said, in fact, I've said it on probably more than one occasion every month to many ladies here, who I'm very much attracted to, as I should be, because that's my, is the word epiphany? I don't know. I'm not very well read and I get orally dyslexic, and I apologise for that in advance. No, I don't give two shits, to be fair, but I like to sound as if I do give a hoot. But now I've digressed too much. Somebody in the chat needs to put me correct. Put me back on the straight and narrow. I've got too many things spinning around in my head. Daniel Kelly says that was 50,000. I don't know what that means. That was 50,000. You have to put everything in your comment for me to realise what you're talking about. Oh my God, I apologise. There's so many comments I've not caught up on. Oh yeah, we're talking about Joe Ford's comment. The subject certainly evokes thought. Like, how much is enough, for example? I think it's important, he says. I'm sorry, the scroll disappears from as I'm reading it. It's important to self-analyse your life, like where we're at, where we want and where we want to be. Yeah, too right. Buddy Rudy boy. The sound of the waves, yep. I feel I need to help Daniel Kelly a little bit more with his mindset. I'm so looking forward to meeting you, Daniel, when you come out here next. Jerry says, when I was 15, I wanted to be Butlins Redcoat, right? I made that dream come true and made it all the way to Chief Redcoat. There we go, Jerry. Right? That's a perfect example of actioning on something that you want to achieve and achieving or overachieving. Good for you. Whatever the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. If you want it enough, you can do it. Of course, there might be some restrictions, like some people want to become jet fighter pilots. Well, there's a height restriction on that. You can't be too tall, because when you eject when you use the ejection seat to get out of that cockpit, when you need to, your kneecaps will be cut off because you're too tall. Hey Joe Ford. What is a life coach? Are you a life coach, TT? If not, sorry, the chat keeps disappearing. If not, you should be. Very sound advice. Cheers, Joe Ford. Yeah, we can say that it's sound advice because it makes sense maybe, but I'm not procrastinating here, but it's not for everybody. I'll be interested in knowing what, if anything, I've said could be better, or anyway, I digress. I'm not questioning what I say because I know what I say works, because I've learned from those that have already applied it. So I'm just sharing other people's knowledge and experience, really, and a lot of which I've applied myself and it's worked. Maybe the channel goes, what do you think? Should the channel go more into that? It's been pondered before. Pondered? No, that's not the word. I appreciate your sentiment, Joe Ford. Roger Rabbit thinks I'm doing well. I'm not sure what he means by YouTube income and pension. I don't have a pension. Roger Rabbit says, you are only 50. Thank you for underaging me. You still young and promising young guy. Alright, cup on cup. If only you knew. Joe Ford says, ladies are my Achilles heel. I love them all. Yeah, Joe Ford, think about how you can turn your Achilles heel around 180 degrees and work it to your advantage, where they are still happy and satisfied. And at the same time, you too also. That can be done and achieved. If you want to learn more about that, hook me up when you're over here. It's very, very, very achievable here in Southeast Asia. And I think that's important to create more of a win-win situation. Never, 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 as Winston Churchill said, never, I'll say it once more, never feel, and he didn't say this relating to women, but never feel that women are your Achilles heel. Never do that. Ladies are there to complement you because you complement them. It's a partnership, and you can develop it as such that if you proceed from the outset with, and there are a number of words I should be using here, and I'm not going to cover them all now. One of them is without ill intent. Another would be I think people have used the term heart on the sleeve. One of the biggest things is, and a lot of business owners don't use this, and maybe more interviewees should use it, but through desperation of trying to find a job, they don't ask the question or put across it as such, but they should really I want to get this right. I've used it so many times, and it's a very, very important point to note is manage other people's expectations, which could mean a number of things, right? But it's called, one way is I've got to get this right, otherwise it can be, it won't sound good. And I don't mean that in terms of it sounding bad, it just needs to be sounding right to get the right message across. Managing other people's expectations. So they might be thinking they're going into some sort of deal with you or relationship, i.e. they're going to be hiring you for something, but your interpretation of that might be different. And that could be for a number of reasons, what they've told you, what you saw on the advert. And I think it's, if there's any, don't leave any room for doubt where you can. Okay, there might be a little bit of room for doubt, which you can iron out over time with each other because you have a good working relationship. But as soon as you can, and or identify upfront your relationship, and I'm talking from the point of view of sexual, personal, or working relationship, I think it's quite important for the long term anyway, whether it be 3 hours up, but to manage each other's expectations, and whoever not controls it, but whoever instigates the other party's expectations of what's in it for them with you, is the upholder, for want of a better phrase, of the relationship, whatever it might be, business, pleasure, whatever, it working well, because you've addressed it up front and you're managing their expectations from the outset. And now a lot of people can't be asked to do that, but then they might get pissed off with it if it doesn't work out afterwards, and it's like, well, you know, don't tell me I didn't tell you so. And there are ways of doing that. I'm not assuming everybody knows how to do that, but I'm just saying that's something that I feel one should be doing. And I certainly do not do that all the time, and there's reasons also why one doesn't do that, because it's not always the employee, whilst they might have one-upmanship over the employer in terms of business sense, to do it, because you wouldn't, as an employee, knowing you have the acumen over and beyond and above the employer, to do it because you want a bit more understanding of how they work. So it can get quite deep, and maybe it's a video for another time. And I'm losing the chat, I'm seeing it scrolling up, but I think some of you get where I'm coming from. Okay, let's look at the chat, and I apologise for There's not much action on the screen, but I think our discussion content is more valuable than what we see, right? So let me just scroll back through the chat. Oh my God, there's lots of chat comments. Thank you so much for coming. How many of you are there? I'm only seeing 11. I think the last comment I addressed was from Joe Ford. Thank you, Joe Ford. Are you a life coach? I think I said no, I'm not. But I've given a lot of coaching since I was 17 on a number of matters, and I'm happy to do that. And I feel very satisfied and fulfilled through helping others. But I appreciate your compliments, saying very sound advice. And Baron Badger saying, good stuff, Jerry. Roger Rabbit, you have early retirement pension. Yeah, Roger Rabbit, we need to define what is you do well. In terms of being satisfied, absolutely. But then we have to define what satisfied is, I guess. I can come across absolutely as anything you wish and want to be. Oh yeah, Joe Ford says, ladies, this is Achilles heel. Roger Rabbit says, you are open up now. You are open up now. Tell more about yourself. Bear with me. I'm scrolling through the comments. I've got mosquitoes trying to land on my face because that's the only area I've not put mosquito spray on. Roger Rabbit, what questions do you have of me and why? Daniel Kelly, you was a Butlins Redcoat. Daniel Kelly, you've done a number of things, right? DJ, managing the Go-Go's over here. Well done, sir. You've got very good life experience. Roger Rabbit says, ladies are the biggest money trap. I only rent. Yeah, Roger Rabbit, it's so true. They can be, if that's what you choose them to be. They don't need to be that. so funny. I'm watching mosquitoes come up to me and they're hovering around. They're trying to land on me and they're like, I cannot do it, I cannot. Him smell too much, I cannot land on him. Michael Ward says, TT, I am disappointed with Tammy. Oh really? I'm sorry to hear that. He says, Michael Ward says, I'm just happy with what I've got. I have a very good pension. Okay, Michael Ward seems to have enoughness. He's established that he's maybe have enoughness. But yet he's very disappointed. So I'm a bit conflicted as to whether or not Michael Ward has enoughness. Michael Ward, when are you coming here? I'd love to chat with you. I'm just happy with what I've got. I have a very good pension and a very good business that I will have an income from every month. That's good, Michael Ward. He also says, TT, I am disappointed with Tammy. Oh, she would be very upset to hear about that. She's trying very hard to be positive. She's a very positive person. I know her personally. Jerry says, Daniel, type in to YouTube, Jerry, about the video there. The video of my younger days as a red coat. Joe Ford says, I meet for sure, TT. I'd love to chat over a Leo or two. October, November is my target. Okay, Joe Ford, we can start now. I can buy Leo down the road. Up to you. Michael Ward says, I will never marry a Thai lady. You can enjoy yourself with them. I will never marry a Thai lady. You can enjoy yourself without them. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can enjoy yourself. I got calluses on my fingers though when I enjoyed myself too much. Baron Badger says, this is a great chat, TT. Thank you very much, Baron Badger. I appreciate that. So wow! I'm going to go and tell those frigging dogs to shut up in a minute. Yeah, Michael Ward, pull up. They are money traps. Yeah, it's the mindset, Michael Ward. You know, they're... I was going to say I'm sorry you feel like that, but I'm not sorry. Money traps. I think one has to define what a money trap is first before one can put it in the chat for others to really label Thai ladies as a money trap, or any ladies, right? Let's be a little bit fair on why you feel like that first. Gain a little bit of understanding. For sure, some ladies, you can either be on your own and enjoy yourself, and you can also be with a lovely lady that you are happy to entertain financially, and or with a loving hug, and reciprocate on the basis that you share everything. So, but that still could be a money trap to some people. Some people see a money trap as, hold on a minute, I'm having to pay 50% of everything. Some people might think a money trap is she's asking for this, that and the other, and you feel obligated to accommodate it. So it's quite subjective to say certain group of people are money trap. I think it's important for people to understand what that the definition of that is before applying it, because it can mean so many different things to so many different people. So I agree and disagree with what you are saying. I more so agree with what you're saying, but it warrants definition. And as you know, I have no malice with my questioning, but I think it's important for people to have their own interpretation and or understanding of it before defining it for themselves, because it can be very different from one person to the next, and it's usually based on their financial circumstances, right? But I could be wrong. I'm just airing my opinion on that. Yeah, but the bottom line is everybody needs to be happy, and sometimes we're not always so happy. We want to be happy. Maybe we are happy through gritted teeth, and we need to ask ourselves, how can we be more happier? And we don't necessarily always understand how we can define how to be more happier. So yeah, I can help you with that. I digress again. These guys have realised that they cannot continue with their journey up this road because they block it off at 9 p.m. So they're having to come up here and turn around, these boy racers, with totally lots of graphics all over their vehicles. And I suspect they've paid the promoters to put the graphics on their car, when really they should be asking for the promoters to give them money to put it on their vehicles. Anyway, I'm going to scroll back through the chat, see what I've missed here. Last comment I read out was from Baron Badger. This is a great chat, TT. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that, Baron Badger. To help me understand why that is, Baron Badger, maybe you can tell me why it is a great chat. We've been going for 1 hour, 28 minutes and 55 seconds. Mr. Mitch is still listening and driving, and he really appreciates, I think he says, he really appreciates the conversation and information, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. I thank you so much for your comment. Michael Ward says, booked for September the 10th. Michael Ward, everyone's diary please, September the 10th. Roger Rabbit, absolutely. Tammy does have a smile and a positive yes, and a lot of dreams and hopes for future. She does. Michael Ward is asking me, would I like a beer? Always, Michael Ward, thank you very much. He also says, I'm hoping to meet Tammy, but I've lost interest in her. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry to hear that. Why is that? She's a lovely, friendly friend. You can come here any time of the year and be part of the gang. I'm sorry to hear you feel that way, Michael Ward. Unless did you have maybe some other, I don't know. Michael Ward says, come on TT, you know what they are like. Okay, you need to define what you know what they are like first before I can comment on that, because that's very subjective to say something like that. Michael Ward, come on. Jerry says, okay, cool. Daniel Kelly says, even people with big money are not happy. Sure. Daniel Kelly is so correct. There are people with a lot of money that are not happy. I think a lot of it is they don't know a number of things, like their purpose in life, what is enoughness, what is it they want to do, what is it they enjoy. Some people still don't know and are looking for what it is that they enjoy. Roger Rabbit, I'm near Dongtan Beach, correct? Bargo's Lives Matter. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a yacht big enough to put up right alongside it. David Leavoff. And it's so true. It is so true. Don't wait, guys, listen. If there's one word statement of advice I can give tonight, do not wait for the boat to come in. Swim out to it. Swim out to it. I don't even think I've got the energy after the chat to walk down and show you something on the beach. Why do I need to do that? It's the content of the chat that is making the stream, right? You don't need to see pretty pictures. You don't need to see dancing ass in the stream. You know where that's at. You can go to it now if you want to, but you're here. You're here because you want this. You can ask me anything you like. If I can help you with something, you just ask. Don't hold back. Michael Ward, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's ask Michael Ward, what do you want to see more of in the chat, on the streams? Do you have any ideas? I have many coming through. I have 25, I think I've told you guys before. I love helping people, I love editing. I've had a couple of comments about you should do this, you need to do that. It's like, I'm sorry, but I don't think you've read my about section in my channel. I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. Clearly you want me to do that. So I've asked them, what would you like to see more of, or things about, or etc. etc. What would you like to see more from my channel? And I've yet to respond to them, but my response to them, having asked them that question, is the reason I asked you that is maybe I can direct you to channels that can give you that. Because they've clearly not read my about section on my channel, which is basically my channel here on Tastic was created to record my progress and development in editing skills. Okay, yeah, it's evolved to something a little bit different, and I guess my channel is more of an experimental channel where we pursue many different things, like becoming the first prolific and eclectic live streamer in the whole of Thailand, maybe, and or the world, through doing 114 live streams in 1 month alone, from bars before even bars wanted it. And now they're falling over themselves to do it correctly, and they're falling over themselves doing it incorrectly. So, yeah. I do sometimes feel a bit exasperated about, sometimes I wish I could clone myself and put myself out there, whether it be in the world, in Pattaya, Thailand, or YouTube world, and say, this is what I've learned. Do you want to learn from it? Take it or leave it. I feel it might help you, but that's up to you. And some people do come back and say, yeah. I see value in it. Of course you do. Now you've seen a return because you acted upon the information I've given you, and it more than pays for itself. But I am I was going to say I'm very, very surprised, and I'm going to retract that. I'm not surprised because I've seen it so many times before where people have applied something to their business. And other people have said this as well many times around the world, both in Thailand and on other continents, where they've applied something on the advice of somebody that has been there and done it, and should have really taken note of it, up to them, and vet the credibility with regards to the results of what they are professing, and seeing the results, and then they could do a lot better. Okay, again, I think it comes down to, and I think I'm 110% sure of it, it's them feeling they have enoughness when really they could be doing so much more, and then they have a buffer. Yeah, it's enoughness. Enoughness is the word, term, and definition that needs to be explored tonight. Enoughness. Yeah, we're going to keep it at that. I'm looking around right now. The moon is looking very full but very small. I think the sun is coming up. Oh my God. I'm feeling very enlightened by the sunrise. But everything right now is looking a lot more lit up. You can't see it on the stream, can you? There's the moon. Can you see the moon? There's the moon. It's looking very small. How weird is that? Let's have a look through the chat again. Oh, quiet because I'm looking through the chat, bear with me. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning as well. I have to keep scrolling back through the chat. What happens is, as I scroll through it on the mobile, if I leave it for a few seconds, it just scrolls back to the latest, so I have to keep scrolling back. So it takes a little bit longer. Roger Rabbit says, Tammy always has a smile and a positive. Has a smile and positive, yes. And a lot of dreams and hopes for future. Shy, she has. She's very positive, and I've introduced her to The Secret, and I want to speak to her about that, because I think The Secret is already bearing fruits. But yeah, thanks again to Michael Ward. Oh, he says he can't wait to meet me. Excuse me guys, I'm going to unplug you for just a moment. The dogs are barking and something was falling from the tree. And I think, in fact I know what has just fallen from the tree, and I'm going to present it to you. Thank goodness I'm not under the tree, because maybe I wouldn't be here right now. It came down with quite a thud. Bear with me, I'll be right back. I'm going to find it. My goodness. Top tip in Southeast Asia. Don't sit under a coconut tree, maybe. A palm tree. Bear with me. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm coming. I found it. Oh, I've relieved myself as well. Look at that. I'll tell you what, that weighs nearly I would say about 1.5, 2 kilos. And it's dropped from about 40 feet. You don't want that hitting you on your nut. So be careful guys. Don't worry about coconuts, worry about these bloody... Oh my god. They're all over the place. Michael Ward sent me a few. Really? Thank you so much. Alright, let me get the other phone out. Let's check what's in the fund. Yeah, I was thinking of, I was very pleasantly surprised. Let me share it with you again. I was talking to a chap. I went down to do some underwater filming off of Bali High Pier. That will become more apparent in due course. For another channel. And I said, just out of interest, how much is it to hire a boat right now? I just wanted a spot of fishing. It's very relaxing fishing. You know, I'm happy to eat the produce or give it away. I know, who's this? Molly Cub. Oh. She's too more. And he said, oh, you can hire, charter the boat, it's private, 4,500 baht. And I was like, what's the score? He said, 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, yeah, that's not bad at all. Include fuel, fishing gear, fishing bait, the bait for the fishing, snorkeling, barbecue on the boat, snorkeling around islands. I was like, you sure? He said, yeah, there's the boat. He showed me a couple of boats. They're big boats, and sure enough, they're sit comfortably 10 people plus. I was like, yeah, I think I'm up for that. I said, how much again? He said, 4,500 baht. And I thought, wow. Split between a few people, that's okay, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm up for that. We exchanged lines, and I said to him, I'd like to do that. I'm not sure I'll do it, you know. Don't get me wrong, I'd live stream the whole 4 or 5 hours. Bring you guys along, or whoever wants to come along. I'm like, that'll be different. Live stream from a boat. I've already live streamed all the way to Koh Lan on a boat. So I know it can work. I've got very, very good signal for HD live streaming out on the ocean on the Gulf of Thailand. I don't know how that works. The boat certainly doesn't have Wi-Fi, but it was working. And yeah, I'm like, I'm up for it. What do you guys want? I don't know. But it's another option. I've never done that before. I've live streamed from drones. I've live streamed from 114 bars in a month. I've live streamed, you know, I've made all sorts of content. I've got 26 playlists on the channel. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Should we have a look at the chat? I'm going quiet because I'm reading the chat. Yeah, Roger Rabbit. I'm near Dong Teng Beach. I'm on Paradise Beach. I think it's Soy Hatamak 5 or 4. Parker's Lives Matter said it there. Happiness is all about perspective. Yeah, what's your perspective? And on what? It's all down to the individual. Cheers, Michael Ward, for sending me a few bob. Oh yeah, I saw that. It's just come through on the PayPal 18 minutes ago. Thank you for that. Yeah, I can get a couple of beers with that. Why not? I'll put it to the boat charter trip. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, it's 4:38. I need to be getting back to my condo at some point. Of course, that's a bit obvious, but Michael Ward says, anything you do is just amazing. Are you talking to me? Oh my Jesus Christ. Are you, really? Me? I don't think so. Oh, I've just realised I wasn't wearing the mic. Maybe you can hear me now. September, Michael Ward. The beer's nearly running out. Does the stream run out? I don't know. We've not got dancing ladies on our live stream. Maybe dancing ladies on live streams is a bit samey. It's not so intellectual. What do you guys think about that? Clearly, I'm in a position to create a channel or put on this channel ladies shaking ass for $1, which seems all a bit too easy. And it is. And clearly my audience, you guys, some of which of course are already over there watching that and contributing to that. I don't know how many of you in the live chat tonight are into that, and if you were, why are you still here when you could be over there? Because there's only 2, maybe 3 channels that are giving that. Right, beers are finished. So what I need to do now, I'm just trying to think, have I got, excuse me, have I got the munchies? Do I need snacks? Do I need to go to 7-Eleven? Does anybody want to go to 7-Eleven? Does anybody want anything purchased from 7-Eleven? I don't think I do. But maybe you guys do, and I can live stream there. If not, maybe I end the stream, or do we to talk more about business sense. I don't know. Maybe I need to sleep more. Right, Michael Ward. Lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. I could eat a nice packet of Lay's now. They are number 1, I think, in Thailand. There's a particular type of crisps, like, what are they? You know, who knows chipsticks? Chipsticks. There's a version of that in the States, and I can't remember the name of them. I'm looking to find them in Thailand. I don't know what they're called. I would like to try them. Hey, Mr. Mitch. Thanks, TT. I have arrived at the job site. Thank you all for helping me enjoy my unscheduled Saturday commute. Health and happiness. Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure. And you know you can send me a message anytime, private or otherwise. So, today, let's get positive and authoritative. Today we have the opportunity to watch and support, by the way. The ladies are looking for support, of course they are. Badminton babes in bikinis commencing around 8 p.m. I'm going to be there from about 5. It could be starting 6 or 7, so get there early on the channel. We have at least 3 ladies in suitable attire playing badminton against Haveleg. YouTube newcomer Haveleg and 3 ladies. He challenged them for a badminton. He's hired a court and we're going to go along. We're going to have 3 live streams. Shiria More Travels is live streaming. I'm running 2 live streams. We're going to get angles, and I know the angles you like. We're going to get you angles on the badminton court. I'm not sure where it is, how far away it is, but I know the sort of time we're going to be there. You've seen the promo. You've put it in your diary. You know you want to be there. We just don't know if we're going to get any support. And the ladies want it. Of course they do. Up to you. But we'll be live streaming anyway. If you want bikini version of badminton, they said they will be happy to accommodate. Am I pimping them out? I don't know. Sorry, Cub. Are you okay?
I talk today, nah?
Can. Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm not looking.
Okay. Loading ba? Whiskey ba? Hello? No.
Okay, should we say goodbye or should we check how many is in the chat? The live streaming It says 11, but I think it's more. Lebanon. Let's check. Do 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 do. TT have no home to go to, sleep on beach. Shy. I sleep on beach. You sleep on beach. Shy. I sleep on beach.
Thank you.
I'm live stream on YouTube.
Okay, my name.
Oh, you be holding your cup.
Oh, sorry.
You hum. Oh, okay. Cup. Oh, your friend.
Yes.
Good. Enjoy. Oh, bloody hell. A lady came down here and a man came down here to have a piss behind the bushes. They want to shake my hand. I'm like, no. I'll give you a fist bump if you're lucky. I give him a fist pump because I have gel. I can take care, clean my hand. Show me. Daniel Kelly. TT have no home to go to, sleep on beach. Oi! Mr. Mitch thanks you all for helping him. Two people that have been banned have given it the old like we care. So if you liked what you see and discussed and maybe learned something or gained inspiration, I don't know. You know I don't give two. But we're going to end the stream because I need to set up camp on the beach because I have no home. YouTube is my lover and I love it, and Daniel knows that. Take care everybody. Could this be the longest goodbye until I get a favourable amount of compliments before I end the stream? Or should I just end it? Tell me in the chat. Leo. Michael Ward. Cup kun cup. Hello. You guys are funny. I love you. I love you a lot. I love you long time. Bye bye. Oh, my big Buddha.